Linda and I wondered whether providing new medicines and keeping children alive, would that create more of a population problem?
They want a cashless society, a digital cashless society, one world currency, which has phenomenal implications for freedom.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So obviously there's a lot going on at the moment. If you have checked the news, you will know. What is our potential future going to look like? I really wanted to make this video because I've done a lot of research into this and it is pretty scary. So I have to put all the information that I know and voice that out to you so you can make your mind up and yeah, see if you want this future for yourselves, because I certainly don't. I'm sure a lot of other people do not want this future. So we're going to have to do something about it, but hope you enjoy the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell on if you must. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. So I think the most important part is to discuss Bill Gates. So Bill Gates is a global software developer and now suddenly he is a global health expert.
Well, they connect to the human immune system.
Don't know how that come across, but he's also worth $113 billion. So he is one of the most richest men in the world. Bill Gates was born into money. His mum was very high up. She was the director of a lot of companies. Bill Gates had a lot of help from his mum. His mum formed a relationship with IBM and that's what helped him with his Microsoft career. And Bill Gates growing up was autistic, so he actually needed a psychologist with him throughout his whole childhood and his teenage years.
I used to stay at work till 11 or 12 and then go home and read.
So if you notice some of Bill Gates' behaviour, he's had to be kind of programmed to work the way he works and acts the way he works. He's very, when I look at him, I always think he's got no empathy. And going along with empathy, Bill Gates is very well known for wanting to depopulate the world.
First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%. But there we see an increase of about 1.3.
Bill Gates only actually cares about profit and investment. He's admitted it himself. He doesn't actually care about the lives of people, he cares about the money he can make. The world actually put in $100 billion into vaccine and then Bill Gates put in $10 billion. So obviously he's making some bare ass pee doing this. He wants to control the world with his new agenda, ID20 Alliance.
The ability to prove one's identity is a fundamental and universal human right.
We live in a digital era,
Individuals need a trusted, verifiable way to prove who they are,
both in the physical world.
and online.
Over 1 billion people worldwide are unable to prove their identity through any recognized means. As such, they are without the protection of law and are unable to access basic services, participate as a citizen or voter, or transact in the modern economy.
La mayoría de esos afectados son niños y adolescentes. Muchos de ellos son refugiados, desplazados forzosos o personas sin país.
For some, including refugees, the stateless, and other marginalized groups, reliance on national identification systems isn't possible.
This may be due to exclusion, inaccessibility, or risk, or because the credentials they do hold are not broadly recognized.
While we support efforts to expand access to national identity programs, we believe it is imperative to complement such efforts by providing alternatives to individuals lacking safe and reliable access to state-based systems.
We believe that individuals must have control over their own digital identities,
including how personal data is collected, used, and shared.
Everyone should be able to assert their identity across institutional and national borders and across time.
La privacidad, la portabilidad y la persistencia son necesarias para que la identidad digital empodere y proteja a las personas de manera importante. Digital identity carries significant risk if not thoughtfully designed and carefully implemented.
We do not underestimate the risks of data misuse and abuse, particularly when digital identity systems are designed as large, centralized databases. Technical design can mitigate some of the risks of digital identity. Emerging technology, for example, cryptographically secure, decentralized systems, could provide greater privacy protection for users, while also allowing for portability and verifiability.
But widespread agreement on principles, technical design patterns, and interoperability standards is needed for decentralized digital identities to be trusted and recognized.
This better model of digital identity will not emerge spontaneously.
In order for digital identities to be broadly trusted and recognized, we need sustained and transparent collaboration aligned around these shared principles, along with supporting regulatory and policy frameworks.
ID 2020 Alliance partners jointly define functional requirements, influencing the course of technical innovation, and providing a route to technical interoperability, and therefore trust and recognition. The ID 2020 Alliance.
And this means digital certificates, cashless system, more control, less privacy. Technology is coming in very fast, so he wants to put these chips into the vaccines so we can have digital certificates, and once you have a chip in you, that is your freedom gone. And it's all about having a cashless system, so we no longer pay with any cards or have any IDs. We all are just known and show our ID through having a chip inside of us. So that would be our way of living. We would not have any form of identification. We would just have it in our system. It's already happening in the world. It's already become a thing, and they want to bring that as a general population.
The future is a wave of a hand away. In case you missed it, here it is again. But the technology requires a certain level of commitment that's not for the faint-hearted.
Chips in their hands use near-field communication, the same technology that allows you to pay with a contactless credit card.
The new normal. And we've got face recognition already. We've got that all over the apps. We've got iPhone doing it. So many more apps are coming out with face recognition, and it's making it easier and easier to track someone's location. Just look at Snapchat. You can find someone's location, like you can almost see where they live to the door. And that is such a scary thing, that our privacy is getting less and less, and more control of being able to track where people are. A big part of this is to do with China. This is a big part of what's going on because Bill Gates and the Melinda Foundation linked in with China to push 5G forward. And if we look at China, we can see that they have more control over their population than any other country. Certain places in China, they ban Western apps, so they can't be able to see what we see. The government are very, very on it with blocking any sort of outside sources that could interfere with their thinking and their controlling. And they are constantly monitoring the public. They have so many surveillance cameras and they are tracking them in real time, to the point where they can see on the surveillance camera people going by with all the names and what they're wearing, their age. And if that goes red, that is a sign that you are a criminal. And then they can rush the police straight over to you and you'll get arrested. And they throw people into jail if anyone questions the government, even journalists. And you may notice that 5G is being pushed out now. It's all over the world. They're disguising them in trees. They're just putting them up everywhere. And that originally is from China, because China needs 5G to roll out so they can have all this high-tech system of more tracking and more technology. China wants the world to be like the Black Mirror, where everything is to do with the materialistic and how we look, how we come across, how we act. Very controlled apps. The perfect people. It's very roboty. Very roboty. And we know that AI is coming in where it's going to take our jobs. They're going to start using robot police and working in shops. AI is what's taking over, and they're using this coronavirus as a huge plan to push this forward, because no one's going to accept the amount of control that they want to do to the world. They want the world to be like a point system with money, and they can easily take that from you if you are out of line. That's the kind of world that this is coming into. Because Bill Gates approves of this. This is what they want. This is what the elites want. They want more control, so we're not so difficult to obey what they want. Because obviously they're a bunch of fucking pedos. 5G does have a lot of negative effects. It's a stronger radiation, closer proximity to our houses. And it's going to change the way we process information with all this radiation and technology coming in. The thought of a world where you have less control and it's so digital, nothing's real anymore, that's the point of it. The future is unrealistic and it's taken away from who we truly are, which is what they want. They don't want people being loving and happy and spiritual. If the government wanted us to know the truth, we would know about it. There's a reason why so much things are covered. Just think, why are they hiding us from aliens? Why is so much information hidden from us? Why are we taught something that isn't correct? Because at the end of it, we all are connected and we all are love. That's what we are. We're energy, a complete energy. The people who aren't spiritual don't understand that. I know that might be a little bit like weird to you maybe, but that's the reality of life. And just think, why have we been hidden that? The world is pretty cool. And the most important thing in life is freedom, because without freedom, what's the point in living? Because don't much point if that's our lives and you've got to do everything the government says. We have anger towards people because we think they're different from us, but in reality, it's the way everyone's been brought up. Different generations and different parenting systems and all this trauma and stuff has created this imbalance in humanity. I would say it's created a huge imbalance to who we really are, what we need to know. We've got more people with anxiety and depression than ever before. Trust what Bill Gates is saying anyway. Just look at the videos, look at the proof. He's saying he wants to depopulate the world. Wake up, he wants to depopulate the world. So that means his vaccine isn't for saving people. For a man that wants to do that, that isn't saving people. One thing I just want to say is, think for yourselves, do your own research. I try and give as much evidence as I can in these videos so I can hopefully open your mind up to what's really going on in the world. But yeah, that is all from me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said before, don't forget to like and subscribe. But yeah, I will see you all next time and have a great day.